I needed some help. Got to put the phone here so I can actually see everybody. There it is. Hey, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys coming here. Let me be the first to welcome you to Jack Wagon Ranch. Of course, I'm Lionel, and this is part of my Barnyard Bike journey. So we're going to go live. Of course, I came on a little bit early just because this is my first time doing it. So I wanted to make sure that we had it all situated and correct here. So I cannot tell you how honored I am that you guys are all joining with me on my motorcycle journey. So again, like I said, this is a motorcycle that I found at my grandfather's old dilapidated barn. I didn't know my grandfather was a rider. A little quick story about me. My father's dad was a rider, had an old Goldwing when I was a kid, and he worked at a steel plant. And I remember washing his bike and going on a few rides with him, and that was super cool. And that's what I've always credited to getting me into the motorcycle world, was the influence of my grandfather on my father's side. Well, this motorcycle we found is actually on my mother's side. And so obviously I've got motorcycling from both sides of my family. So that's kind of what started me on this journey. So super excited to have you here. It's awesome to welcome you here to Jack Wagon Ranch. You're here in my barn. You can see we've got the motorcycle is right here, completely been stripped down. And I've got, my board here is on the side. If you've seen that episode where I talked to Xavier, he told me to put a board on here. The angle's kind of bad, so you can't really see it, but I've got right there along the top, Sturgis 2023. That is my deadline of getting this to happen. All right, so I'm making sure I can see this. There we go. I wanted to see who's here with me. Troy, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, and thank you for the compliments on the shop. I wanted something rustic when I did it, so it's just plywood. I took the old torch to it and burnt it when we built this out. But again, welcome to Jack Wagon Ranch. And I started this live. You guys have seen the episodes we're putting together of Barnyard Bike. It's my journey with this 88 Softail, and I need your help. It's not stupid clickbait. I hate that kind of thing. And this is raw, real, true. The production guys, my good cameramen aren't here today. It's just me here in the shop. You can see a little bit of breath. You can see it. I actually got a heater going, but it's like 26 degrees here in northern Utah. But the reason I'm here is because I wanted to show you guys what it's really like. You've seen some of the episodes. You kind of understand what we're going for. But now you get an opportunity to actually see, and I'll kind of move out of the way a little bit. You can kind of see what I'm dealing with here. I do have woodworking tools in here as well, because I do enjoy a little bit of woodworking. But this is the bike. This is where the magic is happening. This is where I'm trying to get this motorcycle off the ground and running. The reason that I need your help is I'm trying to keep up and watch the comments. I want to make sure that everyone is seeing value in what we're putting together with this Barnyard Bike. I don't want this to ever look like it's some Hollywood production. That's not the goal. My ultimate goal with this is I want to learn. I really want to learn the ins and outs of motorcycles. I've been a motorcycle rider my entire life. If you're just joining, I kind of told you my background story of how I got started with my grandfather, and now I found my other grandfather's motorcycle. But I've always wanted to understand the ins and outs and the inner workings of the motorcycle. So that's where the Barnyard Bike concept is coming from, is I want to reach out. I want to touch some of these riders out there. I want to touch some of these builders out there, and I want to hear from you. I want to learn what you want to learn. And these builders have been gracious enough so far to help me out. They've talked to me. They've given me some counsel. Some of them, no spoiler alerts, but some of them let me build custom parts with them. If you haven't seen that stuff, go and see it. The videos are going to be there shortly. But it's one of those opportunities that I just want to learn some knowledge, and I want to share it with you. I want you guys to see what I'm doing, and ultimately maybe it'll give you a little confidence to crack into your bike a little bit. Maybe you don't go to the level that I'm going. I had to go this level because the bike's been parked too long. But maybe it'll give you some confidence to spend a little extra money. Maybe you've been saving a little bit and get going and kind of do something for yourself. So that's why, sorry, my lips are all chapped. That's why we started this project, was to learn some knowledge. Thankfully, we've got great builders supporting us, and I'm hopeful that as you guys are watching my journey with this 88, that it'll inspire you to take your own journey. It'll inspire you to jump on your bike and either hit the open road more, or possibly actually, oh, Giselle says she wants to see more. Giselle, I've got you with the engine. Hang with me for a second. But I want to see if you guys are willing to jump out on your own, learn a little bit more. So I want to know, what do you guys want to see? We showed you some some long format, different, things are going on in the world of this motorcycle and my journey. But literally, I want to see what you guys want to see. What is it that you want to learn? I've been given a great opportunity to reach out to some of these builders, and let me share with you guys what you want to see. Do you want to see long, theatrical, beautiful little videos, or how about short, cool, and raw stuff? Lauren, I'll tell you, I don't know how long it's going to take. This is my first time, but if you see here on the board right over here, I put the goal of Sturgis 2023. So the plan is to take this bike. I kind of started tearing it down before Sturgis, and I want to take it and I want to get it to the Sturgis Rally in 23, and that's the goal. So who knows how long it's going to take. Thank you, Law Tigers, for supporting us. I can't do it without you guys supporting us and giving us the love, as well as Dennis Kirk. Dennis Kirk jumped on really early when they heard about this project, and they wanted to provide us some parts. So cannot thank them enough, as well as everybody else. But I see some people see that they want a 20 to 30 minute episode. That's what I want to hear, guys. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know what that's all about. I'm not Mr. Beast. I'm not the Diesel Brothers, even though, hey, they're the neighbors of me down here. But I want to take care of you guys. I want you guys to see more. Okay, Travis, man, I thank you for loving the journey, man. Stay with us some more. Somebody said they wanted to see more about the motor. So I'm going to show you this. This is completely, I shouldn't share. The production guys would be furious if I did this. But if you look behind me, you'll see the frame is there. I'm going to tilt the camera. You can see some of the parts of the shop. Move my arm. So right there, we actually have the oil tank and the transmission sitting there. The shocks, because it is a soft tail. I did break the clutch cable, so we've got to work on that. But somebody said they wanted to see more about the motor, so let me show you something else. It's not the greatest thing, but the motor's in work. You'll see this is my motor stand, and we are missing something here. Yep. Big shout out TC Bros. Appreciate you guys hooking me up with an awesome motor mount there. So we can show you more about the motor, most definitely. That's what I want to see, because that's the one thing I'm most scared about doing is cracking into that motor. It seems simple. Everybody goes, oh, the Evo motors are nothing, but there's really more. More videos, done. More videos, Giselle. That's what I wanted to know. Do you want us to produce more? And if that's what you guys want to do, let's do it. So I literally just wanted to bring you guys here into the shop, raw and true. I'm just reading. Sorry, guys. Long. More Mountain Dew cans. No, Travis, I don't want any more Mountain Dew cans. Oh, I hit something here. Hey, there's Rick Bray. Rick Bray wants a long bike. Hey, if you guys don't know who Rick Bray is, you got to check him out. We've got something with him coming up. Dude, you are like an icon to me. It was a pleasure. Spoiler alert. We went to Rick's shop in Fresno. That's RKB Customs, Custom Speed. You've got to go check it out when that episode, those videos drop. Cannot do this without you, my man. I love you, and I owe you big, big time. So I'm in on a long bike. Let's get this one done, but then let's go long. Let's go real long. And I know, Rick, you're working on some cool stuff that we're all watching to see. So you guys tell me what you want to see, what you want to do. You want to see some more work? I can give you a little bit right now. Rick actually influenced me on something, and I got a stupid bracket here on the back. Y'all can't see it, but it's actually, for those of you who know motorcycles, you'll know what it is. It's actually the brake line. So we actually got to cut that sucker off. If you know why we're doing it, great. If you don't, you will see soon. But I've got to get that hacked off. Shorter episodes, done. That's what I want to hear, Troy. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it. No, you can complain, Troy. Tell me what to do better. I'm learning. I need you guys to teach me and show me what you want. Some of these builders are teaching me, and I'm hopeful that you guys can gain some of the knowledge that they have, because I'll tell you, that's the benefit to us in the motorcycle industry. And I mean that from the businesses to the riders. Get some heat. Hey, I've got some, but the little Mr. Heater's not working. But the coolest thing about the motorcycle industry is they give. Every one of these builders I've spoken to has opened their hearts, have opened their shops to give back and to support. So it's so humbling to me to know that motorcycle guys and gals are like this, that people are willing like you to watch, to learn, and hopefully see something that they can get some inspiration from. And mad shout out to everyone who's supporting it. Brody, Utah has some of the greatest riding. Let me tell you a little quick secret about Utah some people don't know. We call it the Mighty Five. 5 national parks in one state. I don't know this for a fact, but I think we're the only state in the country that has that. So when you want to ride, and after Sturgis, when this bike's done, let's go ride. Come out here to Utah and let's do it. When they give you extras you don't need, I get that. So like I said, I'm gonna cut this piece off because you guys want a little more action. Let me see if I can move the phone. It's nothing cool. I mean, it's just some grinding. Let me see if I can line this phone up. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. There you go. You'll see I hit it with the soapstone. All right, so it helps if you use the right wheel. Don't use a flapper wheel to cut it off, guys. It doesn't work that way. But it was enough to weaken it that we can just bend that guy right off. So there it is. You saw a little bit of work, but that wasn't my goal tonight. My goal tonight was literally to come and let you guys come to my shop, let you be a part of this process with me. And I wanted to open it up. I wanted to hear from you what you want to see. You know, what are you riding? What's your goals? What's your inspiration? Yeah, I need a shop heater. The shop isn't very big, so I'm only working in 12 feet wide by 36 feet long, which seems big when you're talking about a motorcycle, but when you're trying to keep it hot and warm, it doesn't work. So check this out. I'll show you what that equipment I'm working with. Mr. Heater's pumping away, but it's not doing enough. Brody, I'm about 50 miles northwest of Salt Lake. So comment below. Let's see if we can meet up when you're here. If you've never been to Salt Lake before, you'll absolutely love it. If you're looking for a place to eat, something to go, something to do, let me know. You know, chat back with me and I'll send you some places you can go, some places that I love to do. Thank you, Troy. I appreciate you. So I cannot thank you guys enough for coming on here and hanging out with me. It was a first time thing for me to go live and, you know, pull out a call for help, because that's literally what it was. Is I wanted to make this useful. I wanted to make this something meaningful and make sure that you guys see what we're doing and what we're going at. Again, if you guys, you saw the comment there, Motorcycle Cannonball. If you guys haven't ever seen that, check it out for sure. It's one of the only vintage motorcycle races in the country. I think it is the only one in the country, actually. And every year they race in vintage motorcycles, any brand, but there's always a cutoff date of the year. So it has to be pre-1936 or whatever it is. And so clearly the Barnyard Bike doesn't qualify for that, and nor do I think I could handle a race like that. It's more of a stamina race, but it's really cool. So these guys, I was on the Cannonball a couple years ago, and it was a spectator. And so, of course, had to sport the sweatshirt when I'm here in the shop. But it's one of those things, guys. This is such a humbling opportunity for me to see you guys all here. And I appreciate you. Oh, there we go. Now we got the chats to show up even more. Thank you, Travis. Yeah, I'm excited as well. Thank you, Giselle. You know what? I'm excited as well. I've never seen this motorcycle on the road. Again, it was in my grandfather's barn. We did go through some paperwork, and I actually found a title. So we actually have this motorcycle is titled, clean title, which is great as well. So I'm excited to see what it's going to look like as well. Brody, that's a killer idea of visual. So I don't have I don't know if you're talking like crazy technology or anything like that. I'm really not into that or know how to do that, but I will show you something. Let me grab this camera again, and I'm going to kind of show you. It's kind of like my inspiration wall, if you will. So I found just a bunch of motorcycles online, and I kind of just printed off some pictures of just kind of like quasi inspiration. You know, different looks, different things that I like. So for example, love how this one, they cut the gussets off for the rear fender. I've done that here on the Barnyard Bike. That bike's done the same there. They've cut that off. So just different things. You know, you'll see there's a lot of Springers on here. I've always been a Springer fan. So I'm trying to visualize an inspiration. I mean, clearly I want to make it my own. I don't want to rip off anybody else's beauty, but I want to do something that is for me. And as a non-motorcycle builder, as a rider, it's kind of hard to know where to go. All these options and everything looms in your head, but to know where to go is hard. So hopefully, Brody, you'll appreciate and you'll like what we come up with this one. We're still working on it. I still have old parts everywhere. And tell me, that's something. Do people look for old parts? I've got all these 88 parts. So just hang. I mean, I've got a beautiful front fender, little dinged up from sitting in the barn. I've got all these old parts that I literally couldn't bring myself to just throw away yet because they're vintage. They're nostalgic Harley Davidson parts. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with them all. And first I got to figure out what I'm keeping, of course. But I think, Brody, like you said, a Springer front end is really cool. So the original front end of this bike is going to hit the road. And I don't know if somebody's needing a bike. If you need a front end to an 88 Softail, I'm your guy. Hit me up. I can get you one for sure. So yeah, seriously, if you need anything else from an 88, you guys holler at me because I may have something laying around here that I don't need. But I will show you, as I'm not a builder. I've made some serious mistakes already. Just trying to learn how to do this. And let me show you my box. I call this the box of shame because I have an entire box. I don't think you can see in there. Yeah, those are all bolts, nuts and bolts and acorn heads and everything else that, quite frankly, I don't remember where they came from. Like it's, you know. So at one point, I'm going to have to do a live video and like invite everybody to come and be like, okay, who's smarter than me? Where does this bolt go? Because I'm the imbecile who took it off the bike and literally let it hit the shop floor. So it's 100% a learning curve here, guys. Save them for the next project. You're right, man. That's probably the best thing to do is just keep that box and buy new when I need it. But to be doing this, it's such an honor to be doing it. I'm having such a good time. It's really stressful. If you guys have ever done this before, you probably know, maybe your first time, but if you're a seasoned builder, it's probably really easy for you. But trying to take a piece of, metal and figure out where you can go with it when you've never done this before, it's a trip. Sorry, I'm just reading some comments here. You're right. Yep, make those mistakes, learn from them, grow from them. That's what it's all about, is literally growing and building this into something more, something better. And that's my goal, is build this motorcycle out to something better than my grandfather had, build it out to something that's unique to myself, and ultimately something I can put some serious miles on. I mean, I put that goal of Sturgis 2023 for a reason. We're going to ride that bike to Sturgis, and not just to Sturgis, we're going to ride it through Sturgis. We're going to put some hard miles. I'm looking forward to rainstorms and hailstorms and everything else. Maybe not hail, but you know what I'm saying. You're right. Yeah, the pros do. They kind of forget all that stuff. Hey, Merry Christmas to you guys as well. Thank you. Appreciate it. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of where we're going here with this Barnyard Bike. This is the first of, from what I'm hearing from you, many live videos we'll do. We'll bring you some short clips, shorter videos, kind of showing you some of the details, some of the ins and outs of this motorcycle build. That's awesome. Brody, let me tell you, that was so cool to have that Xavier shirt. Actually, when you get to talk to X, he gave me a hard time about that pretty good, but it was funny. It took him so long. Even when we cut down that clip and everything, it took him so long in the communication to actually catch on to know that I was wearing that shirt. So I gave him a hard time off camera. You guys didn't see that. But yeah, X is such a super cool dude. And what I really like about X when he joined in and supporting us in the Barnyard Bike is he kind of went into the builder world the same way that I'm kind of going. Now, I'm not going to have a shop like he is, but he had a full career and then he wanted to learn, and he had an awesome mentors that opened up their shops, opened up their minds to help and support him. And look at him now. I mean, he's a world-renowned builder. The guy does great work. He's very talented on the skins and on the bikes. And it's a really cool pleasure to actually meet him and get to talk to him, because I'm like you guys, I'm a huge Buck Cherry fan. I remember in the gym just trying to get buff, right? Working out to Buck Cherry, getting it going, and then putting the miles on the bikes with Buck Cherry. So again, like I said, this is the first of many. We're going to do some short videos for you guys. I'm going to show you some more detail. I want you to learn from what I'm learning. Gain some knowledge. I hope that this will inspire you to, maybe in these winter months, it's getting cold in a lot of the country, maybe you take a crack at your bike. Know within your limits and your threshold. If you need help or support, hit me up. I don't know everything, but we can ask around. We can reach out to our community here of the motorcycle world to see who can help you just like they're helping me. But don't be afraid. Some great advice I received when I was starting to hack away at this bike was, don't be afraid. Just get in it and go for it. And if you cut something off you can't put back on, we'll weld it back on. So it's a great piece of advice that was given to me. I'm giving it to you. Don't be afraid. Let's get after it. I appreciate you guys. I'm absolutely honored that you joined us here. I'm honored that you're joining me on my Barnyard Bike. Comment. I'm going to try to keep up with everybody. If you have any questions, comments, whatever it is, you want to see something, let me know, and we'll just keep moving along. So let me give you one more close-up shot of the bike. Again, it's nothing too fancy to look at, but you can see a little bit of the work we've done. There's the scrap pile of stuff we've taken off of the frame. You'll see that the tank mount's all gone in here. This is actually where the electrical housing goes. All of those will go there. Made a mistake. You'll notice there's something missing here. It's actually the fuel filter. Not fuel filter, excuse me, the oil filter. Let's see, it's right here actually. That sat there, so that actually held the oil filter on. Hacked that one off on accident. That's all right. Did a little more cleaning up on the seat. We're going to shave it down. Kind of looking for a little bit of a chopper style. Like I said earlier, we took those gussets off. You know, one of them sitting right here. So that's actually what supported the fender, that rear fender. So of course that's off. So what we're going to do, rear fender, I think we're going to mount something here to the swing arm. Big shout out again to Rick Bray. He gave me the idea and the confidence to cut this guy out here inside the frame. So we did it on the frame itself and on the swing arm. So a little more cleaning up to do there. So not a lot of work. We've put a little more work into all of the other parts and accessories. So we've got more coming to you. But appreciate you guys. Love you. I'm honored. Again, this is Jack Wagon Ranch. I'm Lionel with Barnyard Bike. I'm going to keep working on my bike here, but I'm going to see you guys soon. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.